Hello, Fightful Faithful. It's a Tuesday before the Thursday on which this lady was born. So we're gonna do a celebration tonight. But the main thing you have to know is that it is a Tuesday.
It is. It is a Tuesday, Alex. I'm so glad that you mentioned
Yeah.
it because that means it's the Sourgrass post show for NXT. Get in your super chats, get in your humper chats at humperchats.com. Leave a thumbs up on this video if you would be so kind. And subscribe, of course, to our YouTube channel. We're like almost at 222,000. So at that number, I get to make a wish. So I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe so I could make a wish. But we had some new day news. We had a news day behind the paywall today. Some updates on the new day. Some probably pretty obvious information, but stuff that you'll want confirmed. This is going to shock a lot of you guys, but AEW very interested in the new day. Who
No,
would have
really?
guessed? I know, some top names even recruiting over there for the new day. But check it out on FightfulSelect.com. We have scoops every day. It's been loaded since all of this TKO news. There's been a lot of very newsworthy stuff. We have been all over the Asuka story. We had a lot of that this week. There is Sean's Q&A. There is Select Answers every week. There is me and Alex playing Tomodachi Island and sort of reviewing Raw on a weekly basis. But Raw, you can get analysis about Raw anywhere. You're never going to get what me and Alex bring to the table. No. And you're not going to get to meet Willow Nightingale and Obafemi's baby and banish it from the island because it's not cute enough. Okay, there's a lot of things happening on FightfulSelect.com on Tomodachi Island. I'm pissing everybody off on this island. I don't know what my problem is. Drew McIntyre, we had to turn into a child so that he could learn some lessons. There's a lot. Kyle Fletcher, Drew McIntyre, feud of the century. But that's why you want to subscribe. Scoops are great, don't get me wrong. But Tomodachi Island, you want to live
secondary. Scoops are secondary to the drama that unfolds.
Oh my God. Becky Lynch falling in love with Will Ospreay while Seth has eyes for her on Tomodachi Island. Forget your soap operas. Forget Love Island. Forget Temptation Island. This is the island you want to be on because there is drama. But yes, I am. It is almost the end of my 24th year on Earth and almost the beginning of my 24th year on Earth. And I just want to say thank you so much, as that is my very real age. And I do have some gifts that you wonderful maniacs, and I mean that in the most loving of ways, because you guys are like maniacally kind is what I mean by that. Some have arrived, some have not, but we're going to open those on stream at the end. But I just want to say thank you so much, because we don't get to do this without y'all. And this has been quite a lifeline for me, especially after a tumultuous past few years. I hesitate to say it. It feels like the tide is turning in my favor a little bit with a lot of things, and I'm very thankful for that. But we always get so much wonderful feedback about how this community, especially like all of Fightful, but especially this community, like helps each other out. And I try to say it as often as I can, but I don't always have the opportunity to, of like, it's also that for me. Like, I need that, and I know I'm, like, never in the Discord comically, but, like, every Tuesday, every time we're behind the paywall, every time we're reviewing some bullshit that Sean threw our way, like Freddie got fingered or whatever to give us puppets or whatever, like, my heart gets so full on the days that I get to spend with you guys, so just thank you so much. And I think Noam Dar going back to the ring on my birthday week is a beautiful thing.
But of course, it's NXT, so they had to book him to lose.
Yeah, but it was just, honestly, I was like, oh, it's nice to have some real graps again, because there was some good work in that match. So I'll take what I can get, but of course.
Yeah. So yes, we're going to be celebrating Kate all evening. Again, I can't believe 25 years old, but also 24 years old.
Yeah.
And we'll do that with A, birthday puns, and B, vegetable puns for the vegan. So we're gonna. I want to give enough options there. Also, for some reason you don't feel like celebrating Kate, then puns about things that are evil. Because we had a debut tonight of a guy who's evil. Um, so this is again it is funny that Shawn Michaels said to Robert Stone a couple weeks ago, "Throw a lit stack of dynamite into the locker room and see what happens," because that's basically how they're booking. Everything is absolute chaos. Nothing like it does. Like everyone is they're really going with the parody thing. Like everybody is as good as everybody else. The entire playoff field this year in the NFL, everybody's 10-7. Everybody, all of them somehow. Like it's just that's the idea behind this is that nobody is above anybody else. Everyone's the exact same thing. There's no way to really say like they're not committing yet to who they're really gonna push because they don't know who these guys are yet and gals for a few of them. But that's my problem with this is that you know who the women, especially the women, and the men are who are still around after a bunch of them got called up.
Sure.
You know who they are. There's no reason to keep them on the same level as the newcomers. The newcomers, they come newly and they are here and they need to cut their teeth and fight amongst themselves is fine. But the idea that we would just be we're going to talk more about this specifically when it comes to one of our favorite people, ZARIA, Zelta. There's no need to just decide that, well, because of her own stupidity, she's not going to get the North American title shot and then give it to a very fun act, but somebody who showed up here 45
10
minutes
ago.
ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's this is what they're doing is trying to make sure everybody is on the same level as each other to create that sense of, well, who knows who's the best person here. And I think the idea is that for those of us who have been watching every episode, we know who the people are who should be the best because they were positioned right under the people who left. And then you just elevating everybody up to the same level as those people while not just pushing those people one step above feels odd to me. And we will see specific examples of that throughout the evening.
Yeah, there was a lot of dum-dums out there tonight.
Yeah.
And you know, I think last week I had said that one of my issues with NXT right now is the lack of clarity in the card. And when you say everybody's 10-7, one, that just upsets me as a Steelers fan because that's my life for 5 years and it's going to be for the next 5 because we have no quarterback, or a head coach, or a new head coach rather. But two, like, it's an overwhelmment of chaos then. Like, if I can't even figure out who's important and you're booking for chaos, like, it's nonsensical on top of nonsensical instead of nonsensical in contrast of, like, well, at least I know who's important.
Right.
So it really makes for an overwhelmingly dysfunctional product. Now, they might not know the answer to that because they've gotten picked dry twice in 1 year. Yeah. So they might want some of these newcomers to be top of the card people, and they're trying to leave breathing room for that, which I understand, but it makes the product right now not very enjoyable. And there's ways to do it without making people look stupid. I think that's probably fair to say.
Yeah.
But this was also a great episode because Noam Dar is back, and that's all that matters.
We started out with the North American Women's Division Tag Team Invitational. Um, uh, Tatum and
I
Lizzy
love
Rain.
The North American Dusty Classic is
Yeah.
something else. It
Uh-huh.
really.
The Tatum and Lizzy tagging together against ZARIA and Nikkita, and ZARIA. I guess the story is that she won't trust anybody to be her tag team partner after Soul. That's a charitable interpretation of what happened, is that in character she doesn't trust anybody to be a tag team partner of hers because of the psychological damage that was done to her in the whole thing with Soul. The uncharitable, and I think more correct interpretation of this, is that Zarya is a dum dum. In canon, she's just a dum dum. If you are in a match, a tag match, and across from you is the champion, the singles champion that you are trying to get a title match against, and you
Sure.
have an opportunity near the end of the match to be tagged in and pin that person, you would do it because you want the title she has. And I was not talking. Who was talking to you, Siri? You shut up. That was weird. So, if you would, you would tag yourself in because you want to pin that person because you know that's how this works because you're not 5. You know what I mean? You know how this works. So when Nikkita Lyons, who the sin apparently that she committed to warrant this is she tagged herself in. She did a blind tag while Zarya was in the match. And this was like in minute 3 of this 14-minute match. And Zarya held a grudge for that long that when Nikkita needed a hot tag, Zarya jumped off the apron and was like, "No, I'm not tagging myself. I'm not letting you tag me in." And then Nikkita ended up. Tatum also tagged out, and Lizzy Rain did the Thunderstruck knee, which looks great every time she does it. So Lizzy Rain pins Nikkita again. And on the strength of her pinning Nikkita, Tatum is like, I would like to grant you a title match next week. And Zarya gets nothing. Like, if she allows Nikkita to tag herself in and she beats Tatum to the corner, which she would have had time to do because they had Nikkita react to not being able to tag Zarya for like a good 1,000 before Tatum got to her corner. So she could have just picked up Tatum and F5'd her and pinned her, and then she would be getting this title shot. But they really need us to hate Zarya because she's so dastardly, and I'm beginning to dislike her because she's such a dum-dum.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Like I agree with you on both counts. I agree with you that what they were going for was probably like this not only like not trusting her own tag partner, but this like obsession with taking control of her own destiny because of what happened. Like it has to be her doing the thing to earn it was kind of how I took it. But it's dumb that this was a tag scenario to begin with, so it was also kind of hard for me to buy into that.
Yeah.
And I understand they want us to hate Zarya, but we didn't get to see her. She should have gone on a rampage and taken out everybody after this. Like there needs to be where if they're going where I think they're trying to go with Zarya, they need to build that way faster than they are, because it's a continuation of a story with Sol Ruka, and Sol Ruka's not there anymore. That's how long this shit has been going on. So like they just need to get the train in motion in a different gear than they're at, so that they don't miss. They're gonna miss the moment. Like they keep kicking the can down the road for no real reason. So that, like, if she's gonna continue to lose because of circumstances that are out of her control, she equally has to be going on a rampage about that fact. And it's not proportionate for the character that I think they're trying to build.
Yeah. We will see. As I said, Tatum offers Lizzy a title shot backstage. Shiloh hops into frame. He is the world's largest 4-year-old who is also a genius. You know what I mean? Like, and Lizzy Rain apparently knows Tristan Angels, the sheep herder male model. Like she knows him from England and doesn't like him. And Shiloh is amazed that they have more sheep per acre than any farmer in all of the UK. Is his family, and he's like, "Haven't they ever heard of pigs?" And I don't know what that means. Like you could be a sheep farmer and that be the only thing on your farm. That's a thing you can do. It's you're allowed. It's weird that he's like. I wonder, because Shiloh, he's supposed to be like from the woods, which I guess aren't a lot of farms in the woods, but
Correct.
But it's rural, you know. So does he assume all farms subscribe to the old McDonald rule? You know, like there's like on this farm he had a cow, E-I-E-I-O, also a pig, also a duck.
Sure.
You know.
Here a duck, there a duck, everywhere a duck cuts
everywhere,
in.
duck. Yeah. Quack, quack. And then, like...
I think... Like... I appreciate that about Shiloh. He's like, there's an order to things. And there's supposed to be more than sheep on your farm. He, of course, famously farmed fog and nothing else. So he should maybe keep his eyes on his own prize and explain to us what the fog is. Yeah, that's very true. He should know that. But then Tristan Angels walks in, and he's like, "Don't talk about me" or something. And then he says, "I'm going to make my debut next week, and I'm going to show everyone, especially you, what's coming for NXT or something." So I was worried they were going to say against Shiloh. Which would be a really dumb use of the guy who pinned Ricky Saints in Ricky Saints' last match in NXT. But then again, also not doing with him anything for the 2 weeks after he pinned Ricky Saints is also dumb. Like in the main event of that show, Ricky Saints had his last match before going to the main roster and put over Shiloh clean. And they have done nothing with that, and it won't do anything for another week because Shiloh's not going to have a match on the same day that Tristan Angels has his first match. So 3 weeks of nothing. When's the next NXT PLE? I don't think maybe Shiloh and Tristan Angels is on the undercard of that PLE if they're really trying to squeeze something in, but like Shiloh, I don't know, like he had a pretty amazing rise to being the guy who retired basically Ricky Saints from NXT, and now he's just like, "Hi, I'm just the goofball who doesn't wrestle." Yeah, it's kind of tricky because Shiloh is, by all intents and purposes, also still very new around here, right? So it's like, it's not this welcome to the main roster kid thing. He got here like 6 months ago, maybe less. So it's all very watery right now. Shiloh he's a scene stealer anytime he's on screen. I did like that they kind of acknowledged this backstory with Lizzy Rain and Tristan Angels.
Sure.
Like, I think that's cool of like that they were in the same scene, and like NXT never does stuff like that. So I was glad to see something like that. I thought that was a nice touch. I do agree with your observation from last week of like established sheep farmer and looks maxing guy don't seem like they're in the same world at all.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of feels
Apparently on
dissonant.
social media, people have been saying the same thing. He's like, should I make myself less nuanced than I actually am? And I was like, yes. For wrestling fans, yes. Yes, you should probably do that. Because a lot of people are many things. But in wrestling, you get to be like one and a half things. You don't get to be, and the two things that you get to be cannot be as diametrically opposed as that, because that's not how fiction works.
Well, I like juxtaposition in characters a lot, but that's not juxtaposed. Those are just two different runaway trains.
Yeah.
And it would be like, it's not that I have a problem with him having this like kind of quirky other thing. It's that I only know two things about him, and this is one of them. So it would be like if I came on here to provide you wrestling analysis and I just randomly was like, also, I have an incredible shoe collection. And I just was bringing it up, even though it had nothing to do with anything. You guys would be like, oh, okay. But like, this is a wrestling post show. Like, it would be, it just doesn't, it doesn't fit in the world for how much they're like leading with it.
Yeah. I think a lot of it is the fact that I have no problem with him being from there, and also being this looks maxing guy. But the fact that he's proud of also being a sheep herder, which I feel like,
Sure.
in order to like cement the heel thing, is like, so I disowned my parents and moved away from that filthy, disgusting, smelly sheep farm and became the beautiful specimen that you see before you. Like that, like even if it's not true, like it works a lot better. And if that's like where I came from, but I knew I must rise out of the sheep dip and become, looks maxing guy. I don't know. So,
Sure.
Jambeard says Shiloh feuded with a guy named Saints, and now someone named Angels. There's not someone named Church on the roster, is there? But now I realize that Shiloh's a Satanist. So like that's he just can't. He's not big into that. So that's very possible. We'll
I also
see.
did just want to get to our greetings because my dad sent one in.
No, please do, please.
And because he doesn't know anything about the show, he used Grok to give his thoughts and analysis, which said that seems the show emphasized new talent integration, faction tensions, e.g., ZARIA Lyons split, and title pursuits around Tony D'Angelo in the women's division. About as accurate as you would expect Grok to be, as in generic and not very accurate.
Tell your dad not to use Grok.
Did not emphasize things for the better in that situation.
Meet Norma says happy birthday to the lucky blonde onion. Matthew Hook says happy B-Day, Kate. Your birthday should be a holiday.
Oh, thank you.
Wrestle King says to Kate and Alex, love your work, so good.
Thank you so much.
Love it. Wrestle King, we did that one. Do her big happy birthday, kayfabe, love ya. There's another one in here that I got canceled out of here, but so then we have
massive
one. Yeah. I was saving that one for last.
Okay.
Jenna Pringle says, amazing Alex, birthday girl, my sister Killer Kate, proud of Kate, Papa Paul Elizabeth, and all the SGS. Just 24 years ago, Kate came busting into this world with the face to run the place. Proud of you, sis.
Thank you so much. 24 years on Earth. Who would have thought?
Yeah, and Greg Cherry decides to put everybody else to shame by donating a ridiculous amount of money. And it says, beep, 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 birthday alert! Hello, SGS. Hello, Alex. Happy early birthday, Kate. I hope your day is as incredible as you are.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for that very generous chat.
Very generous.
Thank you very, very much to my my brother in crime too. I very much appreciated. But damn, Greg, thank you for my beep 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 birthday alert.
Birthday alert. Fantastic. Okay, so Tom LaValle says, "Happy birthday, Kate, and happy birth, Magnolia, and goodbye to Magnolia." Magnolia was the hideous baby brought forth, unfortunately, by Willow and Oba in the Tomodachi Life game we played yesterday. And there was an option of keep this hideous-looking child on the island or ship it off somewhere else, and we decided you get the heck out. Unfortunately.
They unfortunately
honestly,
animated
mostly is that there's just no room for extraneous things because there was a strict limit of only 70 people on the island, and I'm already at like 40, and I've got a lot of people left to create, so we just didn't have time.
It's true, and we don't have cap space.
No, we don't have any cap space. The backstage. Well, I guess I'll talk about this when we get to the thing. We'll keep some things together, I guess. Naraku made his debut. It was really fun for me to listen to how many times Booker T called him Naraku, and how quickly Vic just got Naraku. Name's Naraku. Now this guy Naraku, he's mysterious. His name is Naraku. Is also very mysterious. It's mysterious how you can't figure out his name is Naraku and not Naroku this entire match. But anyway,
it was giving Kevin Kelly trying to pronounce Andrade El Idolo all over again. Remember that? He just could not. El Idolo.
El Idolo.
El Idolo. Not that hard. He had the nerve to say like he was wrongfully terminated. It was like, dude, you couldn't pronounce Andrade's name.
If only NXT had the same standards, then we might be rid of Booker T. But anyway, Lindsay Dorado, who's been doing a lot of stuff in AAA, and he was the sacrificial lamb for Naraku, who looked fine. They announced him as 210 pounds, and he looks bigger than that, but I know he's not very tall. But 210 pounds is, let's say, he's a cruiserweight. And I was like, is that really his build weight is 210? Because if he told me 230, I would have been like, okay, that's fine. I don't know what he actually is.
In New Japan, he was listed at 234, which feels right.
Why would you bill him at 210 pounds?
Maybe he weighed in with his gear on.
That could be.
And so they were like, that's probably about 24 pounds worth of gear.
Yeah. This is 4 minutes. It's not a full squash. He wins with an STO that they are calling the Abyss. And he pins Lindsay Dorado. And then he says, Naraku is not a man of honor. He says that he is pure evil. And I'm like, we know. We know. You're good. Are you going to do this after every match, letting us know who you were in New Japan? Because we got it. We're good. We'll see. Like, he seems fine. Like, I didn't.
His presentation was very cool. Like,
I liked using the shamisen, the string instrument from Japan, to start off the song, and then bleeding into the intro guitar. I thought this was fine. It is, like, again, it's not necessarily parody. It's just like, pick a direction and go with it. Like, you had him like send a little box with the symbol of war on it to Tony D, and then he showed up and presented him with a a hand towel for his bathroom that was monogrammed with the evil symbol. But he's like biding his time, and we're gonna give the title shot to either Cam Hendricks, who can't stop attacking people, or Ross on Wrestling. Like we're like that. Like that's who gets the title shots. Except for this guy who is billed as being a giant free agent signing, huge thing from Japan, former IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Does a huge thing where like he announces his presence beforehand with the gift, then shows up with the amazing. But hold on, I'm not gonna have my title shot until the end of the summer. So, like, if you're gonna do that, then you don't need to debut him here and then be like, well, but I'll do it on my time. I think you do it now. You're the guy that I think we all know is gonna probably be the dude who dethrones Tony D. So attempt it.
Are you implying that it's not a series of wins that earns you title shots in NXT?
I am implying that yes. I'm implying that yes. It's very possible that Naraku himself might. I don't think he will, but he will be eligible if he is on the John Cena Classic. If he loses his match, he may be the champion of the John Cena Classic.
The more that John Cena Classic things unfold, the more I'm like, oh, it's going to be a club WWE voting privilege, and they're going to lie about the votes because I'll never have to show them. But, I mean, that was his first match. I don't think he should get a title. I don't like title shots for no reason. I will say it is whether NXT is for you or not, I don't know if there are two promotions more diametrically opposed than NXT and New Japan. So I don't hate the patience around giving him a minute to adjust because they're just it's Chris Hero said it best, like that Japanese wrestling is struggle through sports and NXT is so not bad. Right? He didn't say the part about NXT, but he defined how wrestling exists in different parts of the world and the ecosystems like that. And I loved that he defined Japanese wrestling as struggle through sport because that's the presentation there. And NXT is like struggle with every other thing except sport. like relationship dynamics, like anything but. The wrestling part is the struggle because it's the interference, it's the whatever. Like that's the way that they do it. Mm-hmm. So those two things being diametrically opposed, plus stylistically, right? It's just completely different than like D1 athlete versus like I'm gonna kick your head off. Yeah. And they do things differently because New Japan is a live events company, not weekly episodic. So I don't mind the adjustment period as much, but I do think you're right in that like. That he was very much touted and he is already older. So, meaning not like 22-year-olds old and signed from a volleyball team. Like, This is different. So, I don't think they should wait too long as far as like hot-shotting him to some sort of title.
Right. And Jambeard says, so in Japanese, Naraku translates as evil, while Naroku is an adjective form related to Noroi, which means slow, sluggish, and lethargic. So Booker is basically calling him slow and sluggish rather than evil. No, Booker just doesn't know how to read. So it rewrote Naraku on him, but it was written in with the A and the thing that looks more like an O than a capital A, and so he just decides. It's just
like you work at a billion-dollar company, multi-billion-dollar company. Someone can write it out for you phonetically, and like as someone that is studying still in the infancy, even 2 years in, this language, there's a lot of really tricky words. Naraku's not one of them. It's a very, very straightforward pronunciation of things. That's an easy one.
C. Delgado says, was going to wish you happy birthday, but the way you've been acting on the island, Kate, I'm having second thoughts. Love you.
I think maybe it is because of my birthday. Like now I'm firmly in my mid-20s. You know, it's just getting to me. I'm getting older. So quarter century old.
Quarter life crisis, man.
Classic. Yeah. So my apologies for how I've been acting on the island.
Yellow Boy says, "Happy birthday, Kate. Had to come through as a fellow Taurus and show some B-Day love.
Thank
Also, I
you.
wonder how Magnolia's doing out in the wild.
Oh,
Love you
me
all."
too.
She is working as a sideshow at a carnival.
No, I thought we sent her on excursion with Chapada.
No, she come see the dog-faced lady. Like that's unfortunately did not come out. She had all the worst qualities of her mothers and father designed in the face. Anyway, so yeah. I let's see. What was the next big thing that happened here at the big time NXT? So yeah, there was okay. Why are people so dumb? So Tate Wilder has a six man with EK Prosper and Sean Legacy, and they have a little meeting of the minds backstage beforehand about everything. And Sean Legacy is incredibly gracious and he's like, "Hey, Tate, big time, your first match in NXT. I've only been over a short time, but what I've learned is you got to really pick your spots." And Tate was like, "I always pick my spots. My spots are all the spots. My spots is a Dalmatian. It's just as many spots as I could possibly find.
Just
That's what I
basically
I
a giraffe over
yeah,
here.
I,
Yeah.
I'm yeah. I see a leopard and I say those are my spots. As many as possible. And then Dorian Van Dukes comes in, and he's like, "Hey, one more week, and I'll be cleared." After they beat me up a couple weeks ago, and he there's Sean Legacy, and you're like, "Wow, man, we had that amazing match in Belgium. Let's run it back." Like, yeah, great. Now go out there and kick their asses. So apparently, I didn't see this because TNA, but Arianna Venti is no longer the Knockouts champion.
Boy, did they do a whole lot of nothing with that reign. Like, I don't think did she defend it at all in WWE? I
No,
don't think she did.
no.
Once again, like other than leverage for a TV deal, I'm not quite sure how this benefits uh, the TNA product. But you know what? TNA doesn't really have an interest in benefiting the TNA product, so who's to say?
Yeah.
I don't follow TNA. I didn't see anything about her reign. I just know it.
Who dare I ask who the new Knockouts champion is?
Um, was it? I think the former Xia Li again.
Oh, okay, cool. That's fine. I was just wondering if it was she who must not be named. I didn't know what
No, no,
TNA
no, no,
is doing. You know what I
no.
mean? So Laying Lee, great,
Yes.
beat her. So that's good. Good. Great. I'm great. Awesome. But anyway, Charlie Dempsey is back
But that was
from.
like the one thing that the birthright had going for them. That was like the one.
Well, no, and also Lexis King, old slidey chair himself, is the speed champion. It's a big time deal.
It's not a
Um,
real title.
he's the slidey chair champion,
Well,
and
that means something to me. That's important.
he he he's on the outside because it's Charlie Dempsey, Stacks, and Ponytail Mustache facing off, and the match is quick and fun. It's Charlie Dempsey is he's I like him involved in this because he's different than everybody else in there, and when they
Yes.
actually let him wrestle, he gets to do like giant, butterfly suplexes from the top rope and stuff, and that's a lot better. But also, Ponytail Mustache can hoop. Ponytail
Big time.
Mustache is a hooper. Like, I mean, it's he's unfortunately he does not abide by all the other rules of if you're good enough, I'll get rid of the nickname. Until he cuts either the mustache or the ponytail,
Yeah.
he's gonna have to become Ponytail Mustache. I'm sorry, but he is a hooper.
It's just too good of a name to let go
Um,
of.
and the match is that Tate Wilder is in the match and is doing fine. But Sean Legacy insists that he be tagged in, And Tay Wilder's like, no, I want to stay in the match forever. And Sean Legacy's, but it's the way Sean Legacy is reacting to this. It's not so much I would like to be tagged in as you're missing your cue. Like, if you do enough live theater, occasionally you will be on stage with somebody who is going into business for themselves. And it's like, but if you do this, then the rest of this all falls apart. There are 400 people watching us. What are you doing? And that's what this felt like. Like, Sean Legacy was like, no, you have to tag me in so I could do all the stuff. What are you doing, man? And Tate's like, no, I'm going to do all the stuff. I'm going to do it. I'm like, but that's not what it's not in the script. But that's not what this is, because it's a wrestling match. And he's doing fine. So I guess he wants to stay in the match. But like Sean Legacy is walking down the apron over. What are you doing? I am going to go back and grab the tag rope, and then you're going to tag me in, right? And Tate Wilder's like, no, I'm going to do the things. And then, like, one of the things that he does is the most 2022 ass Dominic Mysterio ass frog splash ever. Like, that guy's athletic, but that was a awful frog splash. And then he eventually decides to just not tag anybody in. And Sean Legacy and EK Prosper are both standing in their corner. And they watch as Tate Wilder refuses to tag anybody in and then does a moonsault onto nothing. And then gets like a double Shining Wizard to the face. And either one of them, Sean Legacy or EK Prosper, could have entered into the ring and broken up the pinfall, but both choose not to do it. Like, they're leaning in, but they had plenty of time to do it, and yet they didn't. Like, I believe Ponytail Mustache is the one that makes the pin. Stacks is the guy who does the double move. If Stack runs over and elbows both of them off the ring apron, then that problem of why didn't you just break up the tag goes away.
Yeah.
And yet, maybe that wasn't in the script. I don't know. Like, Tate Wilder being like the guy, I pick my spots. And also the spot I am picking is to do all of the spots. I'm a spot monkey. I'll do all the spots. I'm the great spot monkey. And Sean Legacy again just being like the guy on stage being like, what are you doing in the middle of the whole thing? It is very fun. This was very fun.
This was when you said that tonight's show felt like a parody before. This was a little bit Muppets.
Yeah.
It was a little Muppety. But this was good. Yeah, like there was we had some real graphs tonight. This was good. Ponytail Mustache really is breaking all the rules of like when somebody can hoop as well as he can, we give them their name, but it's just too good of a nickname. Yeah. But the level he's at is one where he deserves his stage, but we're not going to call him that. Yeah. But he's really, really good. And it is fun to watch Charlie Dempsey work. I'm a little concerned about I mean, it doesn't like keep me up at night or anything, but like, I don't know if Charlie Dempsey feels better off now than he did 2.5 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
No, he doesn't.
Like, I don't feel like there's a clear path for him towards anything, and I don't like that because I think he's a very good wrestler.
WWE hates technical wrestling, so he doesn't have a home here. You know, like, and Kate, you know this. This is true. I'm not telling you anything you don't know.
Birthday week, and you just have to go and remind me of that. Like, that's so mean.
Like they, I mean, before we knew anything about his proclivities, Drew Gulak was never allowed to like be Drew Gulak. Like Noam Dar also, like they made him into a very funny, but also a clown. as opposed to like one of the best technical wrestlers. Like he was really good at it, and so he nailed it. But like they never really let him be how great of a technical wrestler he could be.
Sure.
Pete Dunne, like they turned him into Scrappy Doo for a long time, and now he's
under a lucha mask.
white guy in a lucha mask number 3. You know what I mean? Like so, all of it is really kind of weird. So like I don't know. I think that Charlie Dempsey would benefit from just being in a place that prizes the kind of wrestling he is good at.
Sure. If his like Noah excursion was longer, I think that could be really cool.
Yeah.
You know what's too, like, when I think of great technicians, obviously I go to Zach and Danielson and Nigel and whatever. But I also think about like the great floorball technicians of our time. Your name's on that list.
Well,
and it's an honor, honestly, to sit next to you on a weekly basis.
Appreciate it.
But sometimes it's like I get so into the technical side of things that I'm like, I could put money down on this because I'm just so engrossed in it.
Right.
And I know exactly where to do that.
At MyBookie AG, they say that you can bet on anything, anytime, anywhere. And they mean it. NBA, NHL, NFL, Major League Baseball, UFC, pro wrestling. But that's not it. Motorsports, golf, tennis, darts, cycling, cricket, handball, floorball, rugby, snooker, volleyball, table tennis, cycling. Yeah, you can bet on it at MyBookie AG. They got the best support system in the business. We only want you to bet what you can, and please bet responsibly. But go take advantage of being able to bet on anything, anytime, anywhere. They got live esports. They got racing. They got everything at MyBookie AG. And right now, get a $50 bonus when you deposit $100 or a $100 bonus when you deposit $200. You can bet with Bitcoin and play their great casino games as well. MyBookie AG.
MyBookie AG. The great floorball technicians are to be celebrated.
Yeah. Sean Legacy and EK Prosper seem kind of down in the dumps about having lost, but don't like directly blame Tate Wilder. And then we never see a scene between the three of them backstage, which I expected to see. We just see Tate Wilder later being, the guy who does this and feels like, I know I lost, but I'm ready to go out there again and also do something equally dumb. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what they do with him. Okay. There's the NXT Focus, which is usually about the culling. I think the NXT Focus presented by Progressive I think it's mostly about the culling. I don't know why. Maybe the team at Progressive is Flo is a real big fan of Sean Spears. I don't know what's going on with this, but they are sitting in the shapeless void, and Nico is like, you pinned Lola Vice in the tag match last week. You're probably gonna get a title shot out of that. And she goes, all in due time. Like, what do you mean all in due time? Like, you want the title, right? Just like, I don't know why are we being coy? Eventually, it's just Sean Spears and Nico Vance were like, wow, Izzy, ever since you joined the culling, we've been through the roof. And I'm like, not really. It's like, she was the North American Championship by like 6 weeks, and you and Sean Spears, nothing. So like, I don't understand why we're like, man, we are a rocket ship to the moon, and that rocket ship is painted black. And so eventually, like, well, let's all leave, and then Sean Spears is like leaving, and Izzy's like, Nico, hang back, and Sean's like, oh, well, I suppose I'll leave you to it, and then he leaves, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be where she recruits Vance to take out Sean Spears, so she can really be the leader of the culling. And in that case, it would be just her and Nico Vance, which is not really much of a faction.
No.
But instead of doing that, which is why you would have Sean Spears leave so she could talk to Nico Vance alone, she just says, Lola's going to be watching the main event tonight between Kelani and Kendal, which means I will be watching Lola. And Nico's like, that is information you have told me. And that's the end of the thing. Like, that was like, I don't understand.
Why couldn't we say that in front of Sean Spears?
Why couldn't you say that instead of Ty Dillinger? Ty Dillinger can hear that. Sean Spears, Ty Dillinger, the chairman himself. You could say it in front of him. That is not for Nico's ears only.
I had the same reaction of like, I don't know what, like, does Sean Spears really just, he's very anti men interfering with women's scenes, even though that he did 2 weeks ago. Like, it just very odd all around. But Izzy's really stepped up and into this character.
Yeah.
I did also think it was a little weird that they were like, we've become unstoppable. And I was like, literally, the gal that you kicked out is more successful than this entire group combined, but that's okay. So, I just, I hope that Flo is satisfied with what she's done, because it's going to spell trouble down the line.
Yep. So Robert Stone brings out Mason Rook, and he just seems like a dude you went to college with. Like, he doesn't. I haven't watched him wrestle yet, but like he just doesn't look like a wrestler. You know what I mean? Like,
he's big. He's bad.
He's big. I don't.
Oh, but
listen.
Your dad.
I could attest to the bigness. He's certainly taller than Robert Stone. And he's a hefty boy. I don't know about his badness. I don't mean, like, do moonsaults equal badness? Because that's all I know about him is moonsaults. And as far as body slamming my dad, like, I guess it's possible. My dad, is.
It's kind of an unfair fight. Yeah, I don't think that's I think that's kind of rude, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see him wrestle a match. I would like to see him wrestle a full match. Yeah. You're right in that this promo didn't give us a ton of information about him. I love me a good big boy wrestler. Like, I really do. But, like, what else? Right? Like, I know a little bit because I know that he was a Progress champion. He alluded to working in Japan. I don't know why he didn't just call out Noah, because they have a working relationship. But yeah, like, I just, we don't know anything about him other than that he's very big and athletic, which is great. But, like, it's been like 3 weeks now, and I would like to see you have a match, and I would like to learn things about who you are.
Yeah, it is. He doesn't. It's hard to, like, quantify it because there's the what they used to call the airport test. When you're walking through the airport, do people like go, "Who is that? That guy looks like he's like somebody." He does not pass that test at all. Like, he looks like the guy you don't want to sit next to on the airport in the plane because he's going to take up both armrests. Like, I know, because I am also that guy. So, like, I am everybody's worst nightmare if they're going to sit next to me on a plane, because I'm sorry, I can't help but take up the armrest. It's just how big I am. So the promo is also, like, pretty generic.
That was like, my thing with it.
I was like, oh, I thought we were gonna, like, get to see, like, some personality from this guy. He just, like, I'm big. I'm a tank, and I fly through the air, and it's hard to stop a flying tank. And I'm
And
like,
John
yeah,
Cena likes me. Like,
John Cena likes me. So
so
there you go.
there you
And
go.
I'm like, well, that's not enough. Like we're gonna get to see him in a tag match next week, but but that I wanted. I am waiting with bated breath to see what this guy is. Now, obviously, you could do a little googling, you could find out more about him, but like, it's up to the company he works for currently to make him seem like a big deal to people who don't know who he is or where he's from. I will never forget, because I was not watching Ring of Honor early when I was before Fightful. I was not up on independent wrestling or anything other than WWE at all. When Kevin Owens first walked onto the main roster, because I wasn't watching NXT, I was like, who is this beer truck driver? Who's this guy? This guy's nobody. Who's this guy? And then he opened his mouth, and I was like, oh. You could tell this guy is something by the way he cuts a promo. You can't tell that from Mason Rook, the way that they wrote the promo anyway, or coached him how to deliver it. So, like, I want to see more that what made Will Cruz so special that NXT said we need to have this guy. Because right now you're not showing me any of those things, except for a fat guy moonsault, which is impressive just inherently. But
Sure.
also, like, I bet you there's lots of fat guys that can do moonsaults.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say there's like a lot.
Not a lot, but like I would say across the world, there are 1,000 fat guys that can do moonsaults.
You think across the world there's 1,000? Now it's like,
guys.
How are we defining fat guy? This might need to be like a MyBookie situation, but
Might need to be, yeah.
I just want to know, like, he's definitely over with the live crowd, so there's at least something there.
Yeah.
But I don't. I know
nothing.
nothing.
You're dead.
I know nothing about this guy. Like they've told me nothing. They didn't acknowledge that they introduced him as a fan and that he just wasn't.
Yeah.
And it's tough because, like, to their credit, like, they're introducing 8 people at once. Like, they're not going to get them all right.
Will Cruz, before we know he's Mason Rook, jumps the barricade and hits a fat guy moonsault onto Tony D. And all that Vic Joseph says, is that a fan? Everybody else who shows up and does something, Vic Joseph goes, oh, that's this guy from Evolve or from LFG or the big international free agent. The fact that Vic Joseph in canon doesn't know who the hell this guy is,
yeah, kind of little bros
way
him.
less important.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that's the weird thing. Like, because he jumped the barricade and did a moonsault, Robert Stone wrote up a contract. Is like, so Robert Stone didn't know who he was, or Robert Stone was bringing him in, but Will Cruz says, I'm not waiting that long. I'm going to do a moonsault. I don't know. It feels weird. Well, you cannot have your lead commentator be like, who the hell is this guy? Is that guy a fan?
Yeah.
Without it making it look like this guy's nobody.
It's a little, all of that's kind of disjointed too. Like, he showed up, he attacked the champion, so he got signed. Like, there's nothing clean about how he's been introduced. Yeah. So I just want to see him wrestle. Like, let's see him wrestle. I want to see him wrestle too.
I want to see him wrestle too, because they've put him firmly in the world title picture of NXT. Tony D'Angelo comes out and he's like, "You want to attack me once? That's fine. You want to attack me twice? That's where we draw the line. We're not doing that." He says, I don't care that you're big. And he was going to say, I don't care that you're bad. I don't care that you could body slam my dad. He was going to say all those things, but Cam Hendricks came out too early and attacked Tony D from behind. And there was a bunch of security. And then Mason Rook did a big fat guy moonsault from the top rope to everybody on the outside. And then Mason signed the contract. The fans are chanting. Robert Stone is like, hey, we talked about this. We specifically said no fat guy moonsaults just for today. He was very upset with Mason Rook.
Specifically asked.
As Mason Rook was signing the contract, he was like, what did we talk about? Huh? Come on, man. What did we talk about? And I was like, you must have talked about no fat guy moonsaults.
Obviously.
Yeah. Noam Dar is. We'll talk about that in a second. I'll put all the Noam Dar stuff together. They apparently hired Emily Agard as the human interest reporter. Last week she goes and has an interview with Keanu Carver, and this week she goes and she was interviewing Bronco Nima and Lucian Price as though they were running for president and vice president. I want to hear your story. Please show me how much of a regular person you are that we are having a poolside barbecue. Yes, introduce me to your younger brother, who you've been the caretaker of since he was whatever. Like, these are all interesting things to know, and they do flesh out the characters more. But the way that it is done in the most, like, disingenuous, like political candidate wants to seem more normal type of fluff piece done by, like Fox News sends a girl who looks like Emily Agard to interview a senator, like a guy who hopes to be a senator. And he's like, well, here's my wife and my children. And also look at this. But I just like to fish. Watch me fish. I always like to fish. Like, that's what this felt like to me. And I was like, I am interested in finding more nuance to these characters. Can we not do it in this particular format? Because it just rings so hollow.
It also feels like she's getting hazed. She was like, my second assignment is to do this, which, like, I actually kind of love that part. That part's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because I think like, if Ethan Page was still around, he'd have a field day with that. You know what I mean? Like, that's a fun thing to give to some heels at some point if they continue in this direction.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the content of what they gave us at all. I thought it was good, and I'm glad they're trying to give some depth to OTM. But this does feel like something we should have gotten a year and a half ago, maybe.
Yeah, I know. I feel like that too.
So weird. It felt very out of place. But I think they did a good enough job with it. I think Emily has something to her. Like, I think she's good at this.
Yes.
But it was just very. We haven't seen OTM in weeks, and now we're getting like a.
Yes, again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a very odd. It feels like they are trying to make something click, or they don't feel like. It feels like they think something is missing with OTM, and I would say what's missing with NXT is a tag division that's properly set up. You know what I mean?
It really does feel like they're like, well, nobody's going to buy these guys as baby faces unless we show them that one of them has been the guardian of his younger brother for several years, and the other one is an artist.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not going to buy them. Like, that's what it feels like. It's like, no one's going to buy these guys as baby faces. So we got to like figure out ways of like humanizing them, which is honestly the exact same kind of shit that they do with these billionaires who are running for Senate, and they're like, we got to humanize these people so people don't think they're assholes. And that's why this particular format just rings incredibly hollow to me. But yeah, it's fine.
It's almost like the reverse of Zarya, right? They're like, no, we have to make people hate her. It's like, well, why don't you just present them and see what happens? Because I think, like, there's so many badasses that people gravitate toward, right? Like, just let them be badasses.
Yeah. So Noam Dar is talking to Romeo Moreno, who's watching film of him versus Dragon Lee in 2023. Like, wow, you're so smooth. I'm like, I watch all your matches. You're so great. And Noam Dar's like, I don't even know if I'm that guy anymore. It's been a long time since I've been in a ring. And Romeo's like, no, you got this. You're totally gonna win. And I'm like, he's totally not though. Then he has the match with Jackson Drake, and he looks great in it. Like that, I was worried about that big, bulky knee brace, but like, because he's usually a very lithe guy in the ring.
Yeah, very
like,
much so.
When you got something like that around, maybe that like stops your movement from being the way it should be. But Jackson Drake is also very good at this. It was a very good match. At the end, Noam Dar is on the outside, and he's being stared down by Michael Lockwood. And he like the guy with the hair runs up behind him. He turns around and punches that guy. Ricky Vapes runs at him. He sidesteps Ricky Vapes, and Ricky Vapes runs into Jackson Drake, and then he rolls Jackson Drake into the ring, and he's gonna put him in a knee bar or hit him with his running enziguri that he does. But Michael Lockwood just grabs him by the seat of the pants, like when a toddler is starting to run out into traffic, you grab him by the seat of the pants. Like that's what this was. I was like, no, you chokeslam him on the apron. Do something to him that like makes it. All she did was just grab him by the seat of the pants and hold him there. And I was like, that's as interferences go. That's kind of like very lame. And then Jackson Drake runs up and knees him in the face as he's like halfway into the ring from the apron, and then does whatever he does to finisher and pins him. And I'm like, okay, well, if I'm fine with like using Michael Lockwood as your muscle, but she's like gonna have to do something more than grab him by the seat of the pants. You know what I mean?
That's a fair criticism. This match was really good. Like it felt that Empty Cyclo said the same thing that I was thinking of. Like it was giving 205 Life, which is something that I, of course, very much liked. It is funny because this feels like we're getting a much more sincere Noam Dar. But if there was anybody to compliment Michael Lockwood, it would be silly Noam Dar. Would be amazing with Michael Lockwood. Yeah. But I really liked this match. Like, both guys are great, and it was good to see that Noam Dar looked good. Like, he's had a couple of rough injuries and not far apart. So it's like, because remember, he was injured, came back, and then got injured real fast. So it's not like he's just been out for this injury. It's basically this on top of the last one. But he's such a pro, and I know that it's like he's on my list of my special guys, of guys that I just love. But like, I really, really do enjoy watching him work. Like, and it's not just the technical side. He's got just such a specific way that he specifically moves about the ring that like, I just really like. And it's such a pleasure for me to watch. And Jackson Drake is great. Like he's, the Evolve to NXT pipeline is much better than the NXT to main roster pipeline, though they're ironing that out significantly more recent, which is good. But it's like this, the Vanity Project has been one of the most bolstering acts, I think, to come up to NXT, and at a time that they really, really needed it for the men's division, the tag division. Like they've needed that help. So I really, really liked this match. I agree with you that was a pretty weak interference, but I want to see Michael Lockwood also fight women a lot. Like, I do. And I think they're going to pick their spot with it. Like, I think you don't introduce her into something until she's ready to go on some sort of... Maybe once Zaria's North American champion or whatever, she's like, I want to mix it up with her or whatever. That could be super fun. But this is working for now. We kind of knew Noam was going to lose, but it was really nice just to see him wrestle. And that he wrestled very well was very encouraging, too. And I'm intrigued to see what this mentor-mentee relationship with the former Zazoya is as well. Like, I that's a good person to be taken under the wing of in a lot of different ways. So we shall see.
The lights go out, and Dark stays reeled in the crowd. And Vic Joseph sometimes is the dumbest man on the planet, or at least pretends to be.
My God, it's Aleister Black. No.
He's like, Dark State is here, but what do they want? They said last week they were coming after the tag team titles. Yeah. And Vanity Project currently has the tag team titles. I'm pretty sure they're here for the tag team titles, Vic. What? Like the way, especially the way, but what do they want? And they cut to commercial. I was like, come on, dude. And the problem I have with this is, we get back from the commercial. We also have another backstage scene before we even get to... Man, the idea of, like, Dark State being in the audience and, like, Vanity Project being in the ring and them just having to wait while we do this other thing backstage where Tavion
And the
comes up
audience
to
just
Miles
having to
Bourne.
wait for all that. Yeah.
Tavion comes up to Miles Bourne and he's like, "Hey, so let's take out Cam Hendricks and for getting involved last week." And Miles is like, "Yeah, no, I just talked to Stone. He booked me in a tag match next week against Mason Rook and Cam Hendricks." "Oh, that's awesome. Me and you again," says Tavion Heights. Like, no, he booked a match with me and Tony D against him. And Tavion's like, "Oh, I see how it is." And Miles Bourne is like, "Yeah, I just told you he booked me in a match, so I didn't do this." And Tavion's like, "Yeah, but you could have said no. Or you could have said, I don't want to team with Tony D because my buddy Tavion Heights wants his title." And Miles is like, "I literally can't do that. What are you talking about?" And it's like, "Oh, you're just gonna slide out away from your day one." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, this Tavion heel turn is sloppy.
Yeah.
I don't like the way it's going, and like it's fine. They're booking a tag match like this for not only Mason but also Cam's first match is like we're gonna. Then they also like show them later. We'll talk more about it. They don't want to be a tag team, so like they're also not going to be able to coexist.
Right.
So anyway, but anyway, that happens. That happens.
I want them to find character traits within Tavion Heights that isn't defined by his relationships with other people, because we've seen it before and it doesn't work for him. Like, who Tavion Heights is as a man and a wrestler in this world is maybe unclear.
Emily Agard might interview him to like get a feel for who he is, and
I would love that. That would be great, because you're defined by these interpersonal relationships. Like it's exhausted and it hasn't benefited him. So like,
I do think if they pick another black guy to be humanized, they have a pattern that they need to acknowledge, because that's probably not the best way to do it. But anyway,
that's fair.
This happens, and then they go back to the ring. So between Dark State appearing in the ring, but what do they want? It's probably like 7-8 minutes of just standing around waiting to be able to talk into a microphone again. And they confirm the thing that we should all know, including Vic Joseph, that they're coming for the tag team titles. And Vanity Project says, but so just because you beat Hank and Tank, who cares? That doesn't mean you get a tag team title shot. They're like, yeah, but we never got a rematch, so we already talked to Stone and he made the match. But then Cutler and Osiris say, but it's not going to be us, the people who beat Hank and Tank last week and therefore got a title match. It's going to be Savion and it's going to be what? Saquon. Why did I say Savion? Saquon Sugars and Dion are going to do it, and they're like, but you guys should like no. If you guys can't get along and win the tag team titles back, then Dark State's got to change. And I was like, well, I'm just pulling for them to not be able to win this match, because we need Dark State to change.
It's also just like we are telling dissension stories all over the place, even with people that aren't actually tag teams. And we've been telling this story with Dark State forever, I feel like, of just like, we're not on the same page. I'm like, yeah, for like half of this book at this point, y'all aren't on the same page. So I'm also rooting for it from like, let's just get it together.
Yeah. I'm looking. The Vanity Project rushed the ring, and there's a brawl, and Jackson Drake is knocked out of the ring, and Michael Lockwood catches him. It's fine. That match is made for next week. Robert Stone, congratulations to Naraku on his victory. Naraku leaves, and Cam Hendricks and Mason Rook are like, "Hey, we don't want to tag together." And it's like, "Yeah, but I make the rules around here, I guess." And
Sometimes.
two of you, I don't like the way you guys have been doing stuff. So your punishment is that you get to face the guys that you want to win the titles from.
Yeah. How dare
Why
you?
is that? How is that a punishment? I just don't. I like, you guys were scheduled to debut next week in separate singles matches, but that's been pushed back a week.
Yeah.
Stay home next week. I don't want you here if you're going to do stuff like this. That's a disciplinary action. Like, it would be bad for the television show, but it would make sense as a disciplinary action. This is not a disciplinary action whatsoever. They don't want to have to team. They don't like this. And then Tate Wilder comes in and is like, "Hey, man, wasn't that so great how I did all that stuff, including that amazing frog splash? Everybody loved it. But I just want another opportunity next week so I can make myself look like a fool and lose again next week." And perfect. The perfect timing. Here's Keanu Carver. And I love that he walks in like, "I told you I don't want to talk to nobody on camera." And he's very consistent. I'll give Keanu Carver that. He's very consistent. And he's like, "Perfect timing. Tate Wilder, you want an opportunity? You're versus Keanu Carver next week." And Tate Wilder's like, "Okay, sure. I'll face anybody." And he leaves. And Keanu Carver's like, does this guy have a death wish or something? And I love that Robert Stonis has the greatest line deliveries of everything that doesn't need to be done like this. There's like, Keanu Carver says, "What does that guy have, a death wish or something?" Could be. I don't know why everything's got to be that. But it's just very funny. Oh boy. Yeah. So Keanu Carver yeeting Tate Wilder into the third row would be fun, because apparently that guy likes to do that. So
That should be fun. Robert Stone, I've seen too many GMs that don't have control over their product to like this character, but he's good at it. Like he's very, very comfortable with this insane world that has been created for him. So I can appreciate his I like it better than Adam Pearce because he's on. I like that he there's a consistency with the fact that he can't run his show and he's always on edge. And I feel like Adam Pearce is too confidently has no control over his show. Adam Pearce has not had a main event for his own show in months that isn't planned on the show that he's running. Where Robert Stone, I feel like, is constantly in a panic. So I don't always love it, but he's very good at it. So it works. I'm glad that Keanu Carver is paying attention to nuances and that they are paying attention to nuances with him. Because, I like that he was like, "I don't get paid for being on camera. I get paid for matches." And that continued over to this week is a good thing. So some perfectly suitable stuff there.
Yeah. So earlier in the night, Kendal Gray and Wren were backstage, and Wren's got crutches now. Apparently Kelani attacked her last week, and I didn't register that it was your knees really hurt now. It was just during the match itself, as opposed to an actual attack backstage, which is usually the way things are. So I couldn't remember
in
the attack
NXT?
backstage. I couldn't remember the attack backstage. So I was like, when did she get hurt? Oh, she's selling an injury she incurred mid-match a week later. When has that ever happened?
In this economy?
So she's like, "I just don't want us to turn into Soul and Zarya Part 2. And I was like, "Oh, they're gonna turn into Soul and Zarya Part 2." You don't bring this up unless it's actually gonna be a thing. So R.I.P. Rendell. We hardly knew ye. It's already over for you. I mean, when I say
at least it's moving faster.
However, this is the first time they brought it up, so we got at least 7 to 14 months.
Yeah,
before
we
this
got a
whole
good year and
thing
a half.
is fully done. Now, Kendall's like, no, don't worry. We'll never be like that. Ever. Like, I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you. I'll never treat you like that. And Wren is like, promise? Promise. And they do pinky swear. And then here comes Lola, and she says, hey, I'll be watching you in Kelani. I'm pulling for you. And like, wouldn't it be great if we could face each other? She says she does the thing that Raquel Gonzalez used to do, where she says one sentence in Spanish and then the exact same sentence immediately afterwards in English.
Yes.
And I'm like, do we have to do Dora the Explorer with every Latina that comes through?
Largo, pequeño.
But anyway, Kendall's like, yeah, there's some unfinished business between us from New York or whatever. And she's like, what unfinished business? Yeah, remember I pinned you with that match. She's like, well, but I tapped you out and this other thing. Like, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, they leave. That's earlier. And then they actually they interview Callie Armstrong backstage. She says, I'm coming for everything. I ran through everybody in Evolve. I'm going to run through everybody in the locker room here. And then Kendal walks up. She says, you run through everybody in Evolve. And she goes out. And so the match between her and Kelani is good. It's very good.
Yeah,
but,
I thought it was really good tonight.
Man, there's the thing that we always talk, that I always talk about, and I believe also Joel Pearl is a fan of using this metaphor as well. Anton Chekhov, the famous. No, this is actually good that Joel Pearl uses this one because it's a good metaphor. Anton Chekhov, the famous Russian playwright, is quoted as saying that if you show the audience a gun on stage during the first act, the gun must be used. It must go off during the third act. And the name of this theory is Chekhov's gun. And so we had Chekhov's Wren on crutches. Was this match to a T? Wren on crutches the entire time. I was just sitting out there like, okay, well, she's out there. She doesn't want to be Sol and Zarya. She's on crutches. When does Kelani come out and kick the crutch away from her and she falls over, and then Kendal does something dumb and costs herself the match that way? But that would have been neat and tidy compared to what they actually did, which is that Izzy Dame attacks Lola backstage, and they start brawling, and they brawl all the way to ringside, and in their brawling, they knock over Wren. And Kendal looks down at her friend, who's been knocked over, and is so distraught by this that she gets knocked off the top rope, and then middle rope, I guess, and then Kelani does the split-legged moonsault and pins her. And I'm just like, did we have to do? I just went, when things start happening like this, I just want NXT to be honest and start playing because it's a damn circus.
Yeah,
like you have to actually do all of this. It's a damn clown show. When you do all of this stuff to get around to that, you don't need to do all of those steps. You really don't.
Cresta's a big pull up the Benny Hill theme, and that works just as well. It's the same kind of idea. The match was really good up until this too. That's kind of what bummed me out about this ending was they had really good chemistry. I think this was a match that I was like, this is like a Kelani reminding people who she is kind of match. I thought it was really, really strong. And what can we even say about Kendal? She's just she's fantastic, and she should be in Nettie's dojo that we booked, and that would be great. But I was having a lot of fun watching it. I also just hate we spilled a bunch of women from the locker room down the that stuff bothers me on any wrestling program ever. It's very frustrating to me. But that's what they chose to do with it. So there you go. But there was some really good in-ring tonight. I really liked Charlie Dempsey, Uriah Connors. I liked what we got from Noam and Jackson Drake, and I liked a lot of this match. It was a very contextually, it was a very silly show, but for me, it was a little more watchable because the strength of the in-ring was there tonight. Was Nico Vance out there?
I didn't see it.
I didn't have time because I was setting up for the show, and I was like, did she have a whole ass conversation with Nico Vance for him not to be?
Well, Izzy Dame attacked Lola the way that she probably should by herself. She doesn't need Nico Vance to do it. She's not Liv Morgan. You know what I mean? She doesn't need like the guy to help her do everything. She can just do it herself. Anyway, after they knocked over Wren, they just brawled to the back again, and then. After the match, Kendall's checking on Wren, and out comes Lola, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And Kendall's like, what are you talking about? He just shoves her, and Lola was obviously expecting Izzy to be out there sooner, so she turned around expecting to get booted in the face.
I noticed that too. She
wasn't there, and then she turned around and talked to Kendall some more, and then got booted in the back of the head, which looked actually worse. It would be so much better if she'd never turned around to like find nobody there. But she did this thing like.
I noticed that too.
I don't know what to do. Boom. But she got booted in the back of the head by Izzy Dame, and then Izzy Dame yelled over her, and it's like Kelani just beat Kendall to ostensibly get closer to a title shot. Izzy Dame pinned Lola last week. Izzy Dame. But when Kelani beat Kendall, it was only because of this other thing. So like Kendall is basically on the same level as Kelani. So we're just basically just saying that the women's world title picture is Lola, Izzy, Kelani, and Kendall, and also Callie Armstrong thinks she should probably be in it too. And just like it's okay. Well, now here's that thing. Also over in the North American title picture. We have Tatum and Lizzy and ZARIA, and like everybody's the same, which is cool that we're getting much more women involved. But we will see how all of this shakes out at this point.
Yeah, I agree with that because I love like a good everybody's going for the title thing. I think that's how wrestling should be, and I think it's very effective. But it helps when it's like, okay, the top dogs are going for the title, and they're like, all of our top dogs went to the program that's above us, so we don't know what that looks like. So it's just kind of a free for all. But it is nice to see some fresh faces in the mix. I will say with Kelani, it does kind of feel like maybe we are going to the well with her a lot and not having her win the big one. Like she had her North American title reign prematurely. Her Knockouts title reign was like mostly an accident, I think, because Dana Brooke got injured.
Yeah.
And it just feels like she gets set up. Maybe it's in my head. I would have to actually look at the matches more, but it feels like she gets set up for a lot of big matches and title matches that she doesn't win. So I want to see where things go for her. Like, and yeah. I want to see what a Kelani title reign looks like at some point. It's not an easy product to book right now. It's very fluid.
A thing that I forgot to talk about from tonight is actually not from tonight, but it was something that happened earlier this week, I guess, is what they said. Natty is doing some pointless interview for LFG. Like, what's your favorite thing about LFG this season? And she goes, oh, wow, gosh, so many things. And, like, that's how you know it's not really an interview. And then Jada Parker shows up and says, hey, I want to talk to you. And you call me soft. I just wanted to know what you meant by soft. I want to talk to. And then everybody like security escorts her out, and Natty's like, somebody's having a bad hair day. Can we do this over again? I'm like, last week had so much potential, like, and this is just being catty with each other.
Correct.
Like I love the idea of Natty saying to Jada, "You gone soft. If you train with me, I can get you back to the Jada that hit people in the face with bricks. You should be a champion by now. If you train with me, I will mold you into that machine that will win multiple championships in this business. Or you can sit there feeling sorry for yourself." That's a thing. This being like, hey, you said I was soft. What's up, soft? Like, somebody's had a bad hair day. That's absolutely not the way to do this.
Stupid, and from 1992. Like, women don't talk like that.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay. We're done with everything. Do you want to do the gifts like interspersed with puns? Do you want to do puns first? When do you want to open your gifts?
I'll open one and then we'll do like some puns and then I'll open another.
Okay.
And we'll do some.
That sounds good.
This one, it's also, so I'm hoping, because I've been very good and I haven't opened these. I'm hoping these are all gifts and I'm not just opening some shit that I like ordered off Amazon or like forgot that I ordered. I think these are all gifts, but like I just moved in, so I've been ordering stuff.
Be so funny.
If it was just like Q-tips and some bullshit or something. This is definitely a gift because it is a Yankee officially licensed pet wear for Daphne.
Oh, yay!
So she can be my little fan too. She'll appreciate this. She's very good about wearing stuff, honestly. I don't put her in anything too stupid. But like whenever it's cold or she needs a rain jacket or something, she is very good about wearing that. So thank you very, very much. That's so kind of you. And if Daphne weren't literally asleep behind me, she would be thanking you as well.
That's awesome.
Let's do some puns.
Yeah, let's do some birthday puns. TMD cake from Greg Cherry, and also from Greg Cherry, Jubilee on Slater.
Very nice. Very nice.
Let's see here. More birthday puns. Or party puns. Greg Cherry says Shindig Nakamura.
I can hear Pat McAfee just dancing on the table, ruining it.
Yep. Let's see here. I like this. Oh, this is very good for me, enormous. I like this one. Bake the Cake Roberts. Jake the Snake becoming Bake the Cake is so good.
Oh.
Crucifix, Pinata, and
Very
Wish
nice.
Adora.
Oh, how sweet.
Greg Cherry says Ian Ribanani. And Greg Cherry says, OMG, is that be a birthday party?
Already injured.
That's good. Yeah, I know. Excited Boy says, hey, SGS fam, Merry Birth Week cake. My baby brother is turning 18 tomorrow. Also, we've got Noam Dar back on our screens. If only the Floorball Championship were this week, it'd be a perfect week. It's so true.
It really would. It really would.
So true. Silver Apocalypse says, Candy LeRae, the new birthday party, Cake Monroe, Roxanne birthday present.
That's really good.
And happy, and then it says happy birthday cake. That's all.
Thank you so much. You guys are so sweet.
Okay. I like this one from Greg Cherry. RSVP, Roppongi Sifu Play.
Very nice. Very nice.
Happy birthday again, Kate. Love you, and we love you too. Let's see. There's a lot of. Oh yeah, we need Emily Agard to interview Shiloh Hill so she can get to the bottom of the fog stuff. That's the thing we got.
That's how you cut your teeth in this business.
That's how you got to get that. Yeah. Jambeers, we should call it Chekhov's Wren, not Chekhov's gun. I like that too. Okay, those are all the birthday puns, so we have veggie puns left to do. So why don't you open another thing?
Okay. So this one, I promise, I pre-sliced just because I didn't want it to be like, you know how some packages are like really, really taped? This one wasn't, but I wanted to test the waters. Let's see what we've got. Ooh, I have some Yankee earrings in mine.
Oh.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's nice to have a team. I'm not embarrassed by this shirt. I can wear them proudly instead of wanting to cry that Aaron Judge or that Aaron Boone can't manage.
Oh wait, I missed one here. Okay, here we go. I missed these. Marty Confetti from Chris Pereira, Jackson Cake.
Very good.
From Greg Cherry. Greg Cherry also again with Pump Candle Slam.
That's very good.
Let's see here. Okay. Greg Cherry says a Steel Age match.
Steel Age
And Greg
match.
Cherry also says Bash Saber Jr.
BSJ, of course.
Yeah. Hold on. This one has multiples, different ones. Okay, this is good. I think yeah. Go ahead and open another one while I make sure I'm not missing any more. Wait. Here we go. Saturday night's main present from Greg Cherry.
That's a good one.
That's good. Ooh, the Noisemaker, not the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. Yep. That now we're all done with birthday puns.
Also, Steelers bandana wear. Covered for every season. Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
That is fantastic. Thank you.
These are actually, though, these are presents for Daphne, though.
That's okay.
Come on.
She deserves it.
She does deserve it. She's a good dog.
She does deserve it.
Okay. All right.
Do you want to do more puns? I've got one more.
Okay. You got one more? Okay. We'll do it after we do the vegetable puns.
Okay.
Okay. Greg Cherry says vegan knocks. Rafael Garcia says broccoli Moriarty. Rushabegas. And then for birthday puns, Jimmy the Candle Nightheart. Happy birthday, Kate! Here's your birthday cake that's dairy and butter free.
Thank you. How sweet of you.
I like this from Mean Aubergine Oakland.
That's very good.
And then Tom Valley says Big Nosh with his bear claws.
Very nice.
The Big Josh.
Of course.
Jambeard says Tater Team 2000.
Very nice.
Greg Cherry says Wade Carrot. Just imagining a carrot going.
I know.
Number.
It's like the same style as when Rob Schneider was a carrot on South Park.
Okay. Normus says veg of the table. Broccoli Lesnar. Suicide Endive. Jungle Bok Choy. Jack Perry. Knife Edge Chopped Salad.
Very nice.
Thea Kale. The Crops. And Damien Leaks.
Very nice.
Lieutenant Photo says
soup.
Hangman Adam Pease.
Very nice.
The Young Bucks Choi.
Peas are gross, but a good pun. Very nice.
Christopher Perez says Rear Naked Artichoke, Brock Choi.
Very nice.
Telectric Mayhem says the plant-based Mortos. And figure 4 legume lock. This is my favorite. From Christopher Pereira. Rhubarb. Old strawberry rhubarb pie.
Very nice.
Here we go. Meat Norma says double harvest in the beets.
Very good.
And spinacharoonie.
I like the ones that are specific to us. That's
Silver
fun.
Apocalypse says Corny Graves. Yam Bigelow. Broccoli Lesnar, the Great Cauliflower. The Great Cauliflower, that's very good. Tomato Champa. And the Rhubarbarian.
Very nice.
Very good.
Like tomato
and Greg
Champa.
Cherry
That's
says
fun.
Big Squash.
Very nice.
Dashed Hopes says Artichoke Slam, Fennel Countdown, Ornamental Pepper Steppers.
The final countdown.
Celebratory Wilson, Lee Mori Party, Kanosuke Fiesta.
Very good.
Nation of Commemoration, and Katsuyori Pinata.
Nice. Thank you very much.
Two-Liter Mayhem says Tofuti Miles.
Satan Singh.
Satan Singh. And Quinoa Amanada.
Very nice.
Meat Normus says Crop Flight.
Very nice.
Radishing Rick Rude. Is always
very
a great
good.
one. And Cabbage Newman.
Very nice.
Oh, this is enormous. Cold Stone Steve Austin and the Heritage Cupcake. I missed those. Spidey Boy says Cucumber Jack match.
Very nice.
Romaine Reigns, the Herb Syndicate, and Stone Cold Steve Aubergine.
Very good.
Louisville says Tempe Team 2000 and Wheat Meat Babyface. A Wheat Meat Babyface is pretty great.
Team 2000 is really good too.
Okay,
Thank you for all your responsible protein sources.
That's
Chat. I
all
appreciate it.
the puns. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's a twofer.
Uh-oh.
What is this? Montana what? It's officially licensed MLB here. So let's see what we got. Is this okay? We're getting there, homies.
Okay.
Ooh! A little Yankee purse.
Oh,
That's adorable.
That is adorable.
I love this, and I have a thing about purses being under my arm. I think because I lived in New York for so long that like I need the security of them not being like across my. So thank you very, very much. That's so cute. I love that.
Very cool. I love the stitching. That's excellent.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you.
Very good.
And ooh, we've got an authentic Yankee jersey, which I do not have. I do not have a pinstripes, no name on the back jersey.
That's
so
excellent.
thank you. And get this, for my actual birthday, I'm going to see the Mets AA affiliate, which is from my hometown,
Okay.
play the Yankees AA affiliate, which is 10
nice.
minutes from me. So it's a Subway Series AA game of where I grew up versus where I currently live, and I am choosing the team that I'm rooting for, and I will wear this. Thank you so much. I appreciate this. Oh my goodness.
That's awesome.
Thank you, and most importantly, Daphne and I can match. So I appreciate that.
That's awesome.
I'll take like little pictures that like those weird, uncomfortable dog mom pics.
Yes.
Of, like you're a little too into your dog.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
some of
This
those.
purse is so adorable too. Thank you. I love that.
That's great.
The stitching is so awesome.
All right.
Thank you guys.
Before we get to the
Before you sing to me.
that thing. We have some other ones that I missed along the way. Jimmy says usually the NXT crowd is about as bad as Booker's commentary, but tonight they were on the ball with that Mason Rook chant.
They were.
They
were not in business for themselves.
No.
Which was nice.
Jim Beard says, is NXT in desperate need of women? Why was Nikkita in a match anywhere near any champion? They're doing something with her now. They should probably have built her up like slowly over time. They were like, you. Okay, great.
You. She's just gonna sing at people. It's just gonna be in matches.
Ryan Cicchini says, BirthRight needs a leader to elevate them. Curious if they eventually add Malenko's daughter. I mean, I'm sorry. Are you, sir? Are you the Emperor of the Slidey Throne is not good enough for you, sir?
It definitely feels like we're gonna bring in David Finlay. No, we're not.
No, it does feel like that.
It did feel that way. I don't know if it was. I didn't hear that, but it did feel that way.
Let's see here. Is that ones? Okay. All right, we have a lot of these, so we're gonna get them. But here's the other from Ryan Ben. I missed yesterday. How's the Tony EO romance on Tomodachi Life? It's still going strong. They're very much in love.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's going very
It's
good.
the cutest.
I am a little disappointed in Tater that she has not like told Shiloh how she feels yet. He is very oblivious, but I do feel like he would be into it if she told him. Again, this is not in real life. This is in this video game that we play on Monday nights.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. I have a lot of things to say. Oh, and Jambeard also says Mason's moveset involves him doing a powerbomb spin into a cutter, and a tornado spinning Rikishi driver. I can't wait to see those things.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd
please
love
show
to see a
me.
match.
I want to see him do those things. That'd be great. Okay. One here we get from Kate's choice of which Alex impression sings Killer Tofu by the Beats from the cartoon Doug.
I feel like Braun Strowman singing Killer Tofu is a
Okay,
pretty incredible.
Braun Strowman one though, so like, we want to do multiple ones, or we also already have a Nathan Frazier.
Okay.
So your favorites are represented.
Trying to think if there's anything in the Wayback Machine. Though you know who would give a killer tofu is just Linda.
Mm-hmm.
I think she would be great. She's so practiced in do. I would imagine her ooh is very good as well.
Fast food feels fuzzy because it's made from stuff that's scuzzy. I used to feel like such a nerd. I refuse to eat that strange bean curd. I wouldn't eat it, ow, but it ate you. Oh, wee-oo, killer tofu. Oh, wee-oo, killer tofu. I eat my sugared cereal, but it makes my teeth bacterial. Oh, wee. If you're feeling kind of cruddy, just stick by your buddy and don't eat too much fried food, ow. Ooh-wee-oo. Killer tofu, a wee, killer tofu.
Very nice. Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. I like this one from Two Letter Mayhem. Gunther sings "It's My Party" and I'll cry if I want to. This is very, very. This is a good combination, I think. By Leslie Gore, of course.
Of course.
Legendary Leslie Gore. Yeah, it's my party and I'll cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. You would cry too if it happened to you. Nobody knows where my Ludwig has gone. And Chad Gable left the same time. Why was he holding his hand when he's supposed to be mine? It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. You would cry too if it happened to you. Yeah. You would also cry.
That song was frequently sung along to by my sister and I when we were younger.
Oh, yeah.
It was No Shake It a Baby. That was the
Okay.
many performances were driven by that.
All right.
But
Okay, good to know. So from Tom LaValle, says for Magnolia, Oba to sing "Baby" by Steve Lynch. I don't do an Oba, so I'm gonna also now let Kate decide which one we're gonna do for.
ooh, you know what? Tony D'Angelo.
Oh,
It's been a while.
it has.
It's been a while.
Okay, here we go. I think you'd probably be very good at this one too. Hey, this is for my little girl. My lady gives birth today. I run to her room right away. She smiles with glee and hands it to me. I look at my newborn and say, damn, that's an ugly baby. Damn, that's an ugly ass baby. I'm feeling quite concerned. My semen must have turned, because damn, that's an ugly baby. I can't believe this came from me. I think her mom did too much LSD. She's skinny like a twig. At least her nuts are big. Oh, but the placenta is cuter than she. Damn, that's an ugly baby. God damn, that's an ugly ass baby. I can't take her home today. She'll scare the dog away. Because damn, that's an ugly baby. So, gabagool.
Accurate. Accurate as Tomodachi Island dictates.
Okay. Orion Ben says Nathan Frazier does Ramones. Happy birthday. Okay, hold on. Happy birthday, Ramones.
Thank you all for
Okay.
assuming that I'm not working on my birthday. No, none for me. No impressions. Thank you.
Okay. No. Yeah. Let's see here. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Let's see here. We're just waiting for it to load. And oh, I forgot about this. Okay, here we go. This isn't really much of a song. I forgot about this episode of The Simpsons where the Ramones were on it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Burnsy. Happy birthday to you. Go to hell, you old bastard. And Bob's your uncle. That's very funny.
From the days of yore, that version of Nathan Frazier.
Yeah. Spidey Boy says Linda sings the Veggie Tales theme again in honor of Kate, who likes veggies.
Well, I like being a friend to animals. I don't know if I like vegetables.
Okay. If you like to talk to tomatoes, if a squash can make you smile, if you like to waltz with potatoes up and down the produce aisle, have we got a show for you? VeggieTales, 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 VeggieTales. Broccoli, celery, gotta be VeggieTales. Lima beans, collard greens, peachy keen, VeggieTales. Cauliflower, sweet and sour, half an hour, VeggieTales. There's never, ever, 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 ever been a show like VeggieTales. There's never, ever, 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 ever been a show like VeggieTales. It's time for VeggieTales. Ha ha, ha ha. So,
Do you know the Where Is My Hairbrush song from VeggieTales?
I don't.
You don't know Where Is My Hairbrush? Oh, where is my hairbrush?
No, I don't. I was not a watcher as the VeggieTales show.
I can't believe I know it because I'm so young, but like that's probably the generation before me, to be honest. But... 25
Okay.
now.
So we get this one. We did this one. Okay.
I should check Humber chats and make sure nobody sent any in.
Tama Valley says, inspired by Tomodachi Island, Darby to sing I Have Friends, Bum Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
I loved that show. Yeah, we're cut off on requests, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, here we go. I have friends. I definitely have friends. No one can say that I do not have friends. I have friends. I definitely have friends. Friends, friendly friends. Time to meet my friends. I'm Patty, Luann, Jason, and I'm super into Dance Dance Revolution. Girl with mustache. Boy with port wine stain. Janitor who lives in an RV behind the school. I have friends. I definitely have friends. Oh, yeah, I have friends. I definitely have friends. Objectively, I can say that I have all the friends. I have friends. I definitely have friends. Friends, friendly friends. Time to meet my friends. I'm Paula, Daryl, lady who hit your car. Friend of friend from law school. Grocery clerk with half an eyelid. We have friends. We definitely have friends. No one can say that we do not have friends. We have friends. We definitely have friends. Friendly friends. We have all the friends. Cool. Malachi Black. Okay. Rafael Garcia says, to confuse zillennials who woke up at 2:30 a.m., the spirit trapped in the dumpster fire, who sounds a lot like Braun, to sing Fukai Mori by Do as Infinity. Okay. I don't know this song at all. This is going to confuse me, and I'm the one singing it. Okay. Here we go. Well, that's in Japanese. I don't. Okay, here we go. I don't speak Okay,
But
English
Braun
translation.
probably does.
I'm doing English. I'm doing English translation. I don't think that Braun or the spirit of the dumpster fire also. Here we go. We're doing this in English. Apologies if that was not what you wanted, but that is what you're getting. I'm sure that the heart I left behind still lies hidden in the heart of the deep forest, exhausted without the strength to search for people who vanished into the infinite darkness. Can I even see something if it's so small? As we live on, we lose a little bit more, shrouded in falsehoods and lies. We stand frozen to one place, unable to cry out loud. The days pass by and change without us realizing how blue the sky really is. Overcoming that false scheme, we live in the present and our rusted hearts begin to beat again. If we can find the rhythm of time, we can fly one more time. Let's live wondering till the world ends. Believe in you, I believe, begin my journey by your side in search of light. As we live on, we lose a bit more, shrouded in falsehoods and lies. We stand frozen to one place, unable to cry out loud. Get these flames!
I think my favorite part was the percussive nature of the dumpster fire. Like the.
Yeah, it does that. Okay, hold on.
I also do love that the dumpster speaks Japanese, basically.
No, I don't think the dumpster speaks Japanese, unfortunately. Oh no.
Fair enough. What happened?
I just can't get this dumpster fire to turn off. Oh, there we go. I gotta call the fire
Neither can
department.
Shawn Michaels, am I right?
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. Teletric Mayhem wants Giovanni Vinci to sing Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
I do too. I would like that very much.
Okay. Lyrics. Okay. All right. All right, here we go. Lyrics. There we go. Okay. Here we go. And as soon as it loads, I will become Giovanni Vinci. Hey, attack of the killer tomatoes! Attack of the killer tomatoes! Hey, beat you, bash you, squish you, mash you, chew up for the brunch, and finish you off for dinner or lunch. They're marching down in the halls. They're crawling up in the walls. They're gooey, gushy, squishy, mushy, rotten to the core. They're standing outside of your door. Remember Herman Farbage? While taking out his garbage, he turned around and he did see tomatoes hiding in his tree. Now it's just a memory. I know I'm gonna miss her. A tomato ate my sister. Sacramento fell today. They're marching into San Jose. Tomatoes are on their way. The mayor's on a vacation. The governor is fled the nation. The police have gone on a strike today. The National Guard has run away. The tomatoes will have their day. Attack the killer tomatoes. Attack the killer tomatoes. They'll beat you, bash you, squash you, mash you, chew you up for brunch, and finish you off for dinner or lunch, dinner or lunch, dinner or lunch. Yeah, that's some. Yeah.
Why did he went down at the end? That's so funny.
Bye. Okay. Okay. That's I guess that's it. That's fine. This is where I get to say happy birthday to my very good friend Kate. I met my baby sister when I was in when I was 41 years old, which is crazy. I did not realize that happened, but it's a genuine pleasure to know you and to watch you become more of the amazing person that you are all the time. And happy birthday to you. And I'm sure there's somebody else who wants to say happy birthday as well. It's me. I say happy birthday. Happy birthday to Kate. I'm gonna sing the song. I'm gonna sing the happy birthday song. Happy birthday, Kate. Wow, this is fantastic. Or I'm gonna sing to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kate. Happy birthday to you and many more.
Thank you, Dusty. Getting sung to from the great beyond is like just one of the most special honors of my life. I appreciate that so much.
Listen, it's well deserved. Like, not obviously not a lot of singing from the great beyond a happy birthday, but for you, we make an exception. That's what we gotta say. So,
That means
so that's
a lot.
that. Yeah, well, I gotta go back to the great beyond. We're having a birthday party up here too for somebody. I forget who was born on this day, but somebody who died like in it's somebody who used to fight George Hackenschmidt. I forget his name, but he is an old guy. I don't know who he is, but we always do the big, the birthday celebrations up here, even if your birthday is you're actually 184. So it's we try and do that for everybody. It's mango dango for everybody up here. It is pandemonium.
Another round.
Yep. I will see you next week.
Thank you, Dusty.
We'll see you later. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Hello. I want to say happy birthday to you as well.
Thank you.
But Dusty already took that song, so I'm going to sing a different one. This one is by the Beatles. Of course, I knew the Beatles very well. I was considered the seventh Beatle, which is odd because there were only four of them. So I don't know who 5 and 6 were, but I was considered the seventh. So I'm going to say, they say it's your birthday. Well, it's my birthday too, yeah. What are the odds? They say it's your birthday. We're going to have a good time. I'm glad it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yes, we're going to a party. Yes, we're going to a party. Yes, we're going to a party. Birthday, I would like you to dance. Birthday, take a chance. Birthday, I would like you to dance. Dance. Thank you.
I'll dance.
Yeah. Sorry, somebody should have been doing the
I didn't know that about you, that you were so, because of course George Martin is the fifth Beatle, like the producer is always, but you were the seventh.
I don't know. Yeah. What about Pete Best? He's like negative one because he used to be part of them, but then they got rid of him. No,
it's a very plus minus game with the Beatles. Yeah,
well, I was the seventh.
Yeah,
maybe seventh and a half. I don't know, but it's
you were close. Is the point?
Yeah, I was close. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah,
I'm honored. Thank you for that beautiful rendition. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like they were like, well, you could be in the band. Do you play an instrument? And I was like, harpsichord, and they were like, no, we don't need a harpsichord.
They weren't big into the harpsichord then.
No, they weren't into the harpsichord.
Their drug phase might have.
It was too edgy for them. My harpsichord playing, they were like, no, we're trying to make songs that people want to listen to. We don't need your 8-minute harpsichord solos. And I was like, yeah, fair enough.
Not even on like Sgt. Pepper's or anything.
No.
That's surprising. That's where I think it would have slid in.
Yeah. Anyway.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. And then
thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody, for sending you all the wonderful Yankee paraphernalia.
Yes, thank you so much for my gifts. And One LT Photo also sent me all of the messages that you guys sent. And it means so much that, in fact, I will go into the Discord and say thank you appropriately. But the outpouring of kindness, both manifesting physically in these gifts and the way that you guys show up for me, for Alex, he's not here right now, but when Alex is here, and each other, like, is just such truly a blessing every day. And thank you for your generosity in these gifts and just in general, because it's such a light in my life, and I appreciate you all. And moving into this next year, I want to just say thank you, and we're going to continue to have so much fun Cheap plug for myself. I'm on the hump tomorrow with Sean. So you can tune into that at 2 o'clock, and we will also make him celebrate me too. So there you go. But thank you for everything today and always. It's so appreciated. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you at the next one.
Keep cool, gabagoos.
Yeah. Thank you so much.